Have you ever found yourself praying to God but felt like you were just speaking into the void, unsure if your words were even heard? Maybe you poured out your heart in desperation or thanksgiving, only to feel an emptiness afterward, as if you were talking at God instead of talking with God. This feeling of distance in prayer is common, and it points to an important truth. There is a profound difference between talking to God and talking with God. Talking to God often feels one-sided, like a speech where we do all the talking and wait silently for a response that never quite comes in a way we expect. But talking with God invites us into a sacred conversation, where listening and responding happen as naturally as breathing. Imagine speaking with a trusted friend, where every word flows freely, where pauses invite understanding, and where you feel truly known and loved. That is the kind of relationship God desires with us, a dialogue rooted in closeness, trust, and authenticity. Today, we explore how to break beyond superficial prayers and enter into heartfelt conversations with God, transforming our spiritual lives into ongoing, intimate communion. To truly talk with God, we must shift how we understand prayer. It's not about delivering a list of demands or rehearsed phrases, but about opening our hearts honestly. When we talk with God, it is like two-way communication, a sacred exchange where both speaking and listening are vital. This means we need to pause, be still, and create a quiet space within ourselves where God's voice can be heard. Far too often, our prayers are hurried and distracted, filled with our needs and worries but lacking space for God's gentle reply. Yet God longs to be more than an unseen force we call upon. God desires to be a presence we engage with daily, a companion through every joy and challenge. When you begin to talk with God, you invite that divine presence into your life in a new, intimate way. No need for fancy words, just speak your truth. Bring your hopes, fears, gratitude, and even your doubts. In this dialogue, God listens with infinite love and responds in ways your heart can understand, sometimes through peace, insight, or the quiet assurance of being deeply known. Talking with God means bringing your whole self, not just the polished, perfect version you show others. There's freedom in being honest about all your emotions, your struggles, anger, joy, and wonder. God does not want you to hide your pain or doubts behind polite words. Instead, God invites you to share boldly, for only then can healing and transformation begin. Remember, God already sees everything about you and loves you unconditionally. So why not embrace that openness fully when you pray? This sacred conversation is a place to drop masks and be authentic, knowing you are safe. Talking with God transforms your heart by nurturing courage and humility together. Courage to be real, humility to accept divine wisdom. It reshapes your prayers from mere requests to intimate exchanges where God's will unfolds in your life. This relationship grows stronger with every honest conversation, deepening your faith and filling your soul with peace that transcends understanding. The impact of talking with God goes beyond your personal prayer time. It changes how you live. When you converse authentically with God, you start seeing your struggles differently. You gain patience for others because you have experienced God's patient listening. Decisions become clearer as you sense divine guidance rather than rely solely on your own understanding or impulses. This connection helps you bear burdens with grace and love, finding strength even in hardship. It encourages you to be more loving and forgiving toward those around you because you reflect the compassion you receive from God. Talking with God is empowerment for everyday life, a source of courage when fear threatens, of hope when despair lingers. It fosters resilience and joy rooted in spiritual companionship rather than circumstances. By developing this ongoing dialogue, you nurture a faith that sustains and inspires, allowing your life to radiate God's light and kindness in every interaction. Many hesitate to talk with God because they feel unworthy or doubt they know how to pray correctly. But the heart of this conversation is simply being yourself. God welcomes your honest voice, no matter how imperfect it seems. There is no formula or script to follow, just the courage to show up and speak your truth. Over time, repeating this practice builds confidence and a joyful expectancy that God is present and engaged with your life. Silence becomes less intimidating and more a cherished moment where you rest in God's presence. Doubts and questions are not obstacles but invitations into deeper understanding, strengthening your spiritual journey. You learn that God's love is not dependent on polished prayers but freely given as you pursue relationship. Embrace this truth, and your prayer life will become a source of peace and hope like never before. The path to talking with God is a patient, beautiful journey of love and discovery, where every conversation brings you closer to the heart of the divine. To live in the fullness of talking with God, make it a daily practice. Set aside moments dedicated to honest dialogue, speaking and listening with God. Invite God into your thoughts, decisions, and emotions throughout the day. Use simple rituals to remind yourself of God's presence, quiet time, journaling, or peaceful reflection. Let your conversations shape how you respond to life's challenges and blessings. Trust that God is speaking to you even when you don't hear words but feel renewed peace or clarity. This ongoing dialogue becomes your spiritual lifeline, strengthening your faith and transforming your character. It deepens your awareness of God's love and guidance, equipping you to face any trial with grace. Through this sacred conversation, you discover that God is not distant or silent but a loving companion walking with you every step. Talking with God invites healing, hope, and joy that overflow into every part of your life. Every moment you spend in honest conversation is a precious step closer to the divine heart, where you are cherished beyond measure and renewed in spirit. Now let's get real. Sometimes talking with God means shaking off all the fancy church words and just chatting like you're texting your best friend. Like when you hit a bump in the road and you're like, God, seriously, why now? It's okay to be raw, to joke, to be real with God. After all, He knows your heart anyway. God's not sitting on a throne somewhere waiting for you to be perfect before you hit Him up. No way. He's ready to catch you in the middle of your mess, laugh with you in your joy, and cry with you in your pain. So why not bring your whole self, awkward, funny, confused, grateful, all of it into the conversation? That's the vibe God's craving. No filters, just pure, genuine connection. And guess what? When you do that, prayer becomes a radical, life-changing friendship, not just a checklist on Sunday morning. Think about it like this: talking with God is like having God on speed dial 24/7, except without the annoying hold music or busy signals. You don't have to wait for special moments or perfect settings. Stuck in traffic, open up a quick chat. Feeling stressed before that big meeting, whisper a quick, "Help me out here, God." It's all good. God's got infinite bandwidth because He's not just the Almighty. He's your ever-present helper, your coach, your ultimate cheerleader. He's the one who high-fives you when you succeed and holds your hand when the world feels heavy. So start treating prayer like texting your BFF, simple, frequent, and straight from the heart. No need for long speeches or intricate words. Just you, God, and that real talk that fuels your soul. And here's a secret. When you start talking with God like this, you'll find your spiritual antennae buzzing 24/7 for God's replies in the most unexpected places. It could be a verse that jumps out at you, a song that lifts your spirit, or even a random smile from a stranger that feels like a gentle nod from heaven. God moves in the details of our everyday lives, and once you're tuned in, you can't miss it. This isn't just prayer, it's an adventure. A totally fresh way of living where every moment is an opportunity to connect, chill, and grow with God right by your side. So lace up your spiritual sneakers, because this conversation with God is the hottest, most fulfilling friendship you'll ever have, and it's just getting started. So let's keep this conversation going, because talking with God isn't a one-time thing. It's the ultimate friendship that never ends. If you're feeling this vibe, hit that subscribe button and join the crew, because we're just getting started on this epic journey of real talks, deep faith, and unstoppable joy. Don't miss out. Come back, bring your whole self, and let's keep growing together in this wild, wonderful walk with God. Peace, love, and prayers until next time. Stay blessed and keep that holy dialogue alive.